at Charlotte Maxeke Hospital have shut down the facility. They're protesting over a number of issues, including the non-payment of overtime. Let's get you the very latest on the story now. We're joined by Nehawu's Gauteng Deputy Secretary, Gracia Rikhotso, on the line to us. Gracia, thanks for your time in speaking to us. We are getting very little detail coming through on the reasons behind this protest by staff. Perhaps just give us a breakdown of those reasons.
Good afternoon, Michelle, and thank you very much for giving us an opportunity once again to clarify the situation at Charlotte Maxeke. The situation has actually gone out of hand. It started on Monday, where workers met on their own and decided to take action against the ongoing non-payment of their PMDS, the non-filling of vacant funded posts, as well as the issue around the overtime. And the situation is such that our workers, because it is not only Nehawu members, that's what we want to clarify. It is workers at Charlotte Maxeke who have decided to go out and put pressure on the Premier to ensure that payment is actually made. There was a commitment that was made by the management through the leadership of the MEC to pay the PMDS by the end of May, which is today. And workers got aware that the PMDS was not going to be paid because the meeting that was scheduled for the 18th of May, where we were going to sign the agreement in terms of how the payment was going to be done, was shunned by management. So management representatives never pitched at a meeting that was committed to 2 weeks ago in a labor summit that was headed by the MEC. That meeting was postponed by the team of the negotiators on the side of management through an SMS 30 minutes before the meeting started. So this is what has actually led to workers going out on rampage, because they believe they have given management and the MEC enough time to can consider their request, and the latest, which was the shunning of the meeting, became the final nail on the coffin, where workers felt that management is not taking them serious. So we are on our way as the leadership of the province to Charlotte Maxeke to go and assess the situation, but we have also requested an urgent meeting with management because we did get those reports through radio stations and media houses.
Gracia, before you continue, perhaps just clarify for us. You talked about one of the issues being the non-payment of the PMBS. What is that exactly?
It's the performance bonus for 2016-2017, for 2017-2018.
All right, so you're saying that Nehawu, are you saying that Nehawu is in support of this action by its members?
We are in support of the action by members because we honestly tried everything in the book to get the department to come to the party. One thing that we are not condoning is it has come to our attention that the hospital gates have been closed, and it is for that reason that we are driving to the hospital to go and assess the situation and get our members to allow the services in terms of the patients to access the hospital. But if there is any demonstration, it has to be taken towards management and the MEC in general.
Yeah, demonstration over their grievances is of course one thing, but we are hearing reports, some doctors at Charlotte Maxeke saying that patients have now been threatened by these protesting staff.
Yeah, it is going to be difficult for me to comment on that, as I have already indicated that we are on our way to go and assess the situation. Perhaps you can give us a call around 2 o'clock. We should be at Charlotte Maxeke, and we'll be talking from an informed point and be able to give you an update in relation to what we would have seen.
Gracia, before we let you go, what has been your interaction with the province, the government in the province, since today, since the protest action started today?
Thank you, Michelle. That is a very important question. We have met on numerous occasions. If I have to actually count, it's over 7 meetings that we have had on the same issue, where promises were made and management could not meet the promises that they have actually made. We went to an extent of having a march where a memorandum was actually delivered to the office of the MEC and the office of the Premier. Post that march, we went to a special multilateral where commitments were made to say they were contemplating to pay the 2016-2017 performance bonuses from the budgeted 2017-2018 budget, so that they can then dispense with the issue of the 2016-2017. And our workers were amenable to that, and we are going to get into discussion on the payment of the 2017-2018. But that also fell on deaf ears, because after they've made that commitment, we went back and reported that to our members, and our members were happy, looking forward to that payment, which was supposed to have been effected today. But when we go to a meeting which was supposed to get us to sign the agreement so that they can start processing the payment, management did not show up. So we are saying, as organized labor, we really feel that we have exhausted all available avenues to get into a commitment from the office of the MEC, from the office of the Premier. And to date, we were promised that there would be a meeting by the office of the Premier with organized labor, and that was a promise that was made after the meeting of the 18th was not honored by management. To date, we have not received any such invitation that is inviting us to that meeting, which is supposed to finalize this issue.
Right, well, we'll get an update from you a little later on in the afternoon. Thanks very much for your time there. Gracia Rikhotso is the Gauteng Deputy Secretary of Nehawu. That leadership on their way now to the Charlotte Maxeke Hospital just to get the latest on the situation as it is unfolding there. We are receiving reports that there is a protest unfolding. There are some reports that say that the facility is being blocked by some protesters, some patients having difficulty getting into the hospital there. A number of issues, outstanding labour issues, is the reason behind this protest. Among them, the non-payment of overtime, performance bonuses, and a number of other issues as well. Our reporter Niklaus Bauer is on his way to the scene, so we'll get you further updates on the story as it unfolds.